Woo! I'm excited because we were just announced Best of Flathead 3 years in a row. Super excited. Corey, virtual hug. Nathan Graff, Artisan Roofing here. We're about an hour outside of Whitefish, out in the woods. Beautiful location, as you'll see. We're working with a Brava product. Takes me back to my childhood working with concrete tile with my dad, but this is a lot less weight and it actually takes a lot more impact than a concrete tile roof would. So if you have a heavyweight shingle or wood shake roof and you want that Spanish barrel style look, this is perfect for that. And then the other thing that this takes care of is the bat infestation issue. You know, this home is in the woods, and being able to close off this roof to bats and other critters has been fantastic. I've been really excited to work with it. Wanted to show off the durability of this Brava Spanish barrel tile. Grown up in Southern California, you know, knowing that the product is going to be driven a long way to a project like this, you'd have to account for about 30% waste, which is very expensive. But with this product, I mean, it withstands golf ball size hail. It is just super durable. So it's been a lot of fun to work with because it's very forgiving and you can actually walk on it when you're done. So. Are you a homeowner or property manager that's sick and tired of having to deal with a roof that's not built to last? As an Owens Corning Platinum contractor, we are able to provide a 25-year workmanship warranty, as well as a 50-year manufacturer warranty. We also can provide, through Owens Corning, a 15-year wind warranty, which means that you won't be calling your insurance provider if you have wind damage for the next 15 years. You'll be calling Owens Corning. And it also comes with a 25-year algae resistance warranty. These serve as a guarantee that we're here to protect your property and provide you the peace of mind that you deserve. At Artisan Roofing, we believe excellence is a choice. So click the link below to schedule your free roof inspection. We're on site here at Morning Eagle at a beautiful Whitefish Mountain Resort. We're getting ready to tear off and replace this old green roof with a brand new Owens Corning Duration Chateau green roof. It's about 32,000 square feet. It'll take us about 20 days. Stay tuned for updates and more information. The current project we're working on for the Whitefish Mountain Resort is Morning Eagle. This 32,000 square foot shingle re-roof should take us about 20 days to complete from start to finish. So on a project this size, you don't just show up and start ripping shingles off. We have about 8 preliminary meetings before the project start date. That includes meeting with the property manager, understanding the board needs and what they're looking for. And then at that point, we start ordering fencing to make sure the public is safe. We need to have everything OSHA compliant, make sure everybody's trained and has the ability to operate the machinery on site. Then the machinery gets delivered, and then the product is ground dropped. And then because this building is 6 stories tall, we're gonna have the shingles crane delivered up on top of the roof tomorrow. The materials we are replacing this current roof with would be the Owens Corning Duration Chateau Green shingles. The reason why we're using the Owens Corning Duration Chateau Green shingles is the exceptional warranty that the building owners here can get through Owens Corning. It'll be a 20-year workmanship warranty through Owens Corning. That's huge because if anybody knows Big Mountain or Whitefish Mountain Resort, there'll be 5 or 6 feet of snow up on this roof in the wintertime. So you need a product that's going to be able to withstand all the temperature variances up here, including all the ice and snow. Commercial businesses should use Artisan roofing, not only because of the amazing warranties that we can provide extended warranties through Owens Corning, through GAF, as well as Carlisle, but it's also the communication, and we strive for excellence on everything that we do. And the one thing that I keep telling my team on a job this size, not everything's gonna go right. We're gonna have things that go wrong, but making sure that we provide an excellent service. So at the end of this job, the Morning Eagle Homeowners Association will be pleased with the finished product.
A typical re-roof will have, about 3 stages. You tear off the existing roofing material and then dry in over top of that, so you apply your underlayment, and then the final layer of protection that your roof really gets would be the shingles there. In this case, we are required to sheet over the existing roof surface, so it complicates things a little bit. Our process so far has been to tear off, sheet over the existing underlayment surface, and then dry in over top of that, and then shingle over top of that. So we have a layer of sheeting, lumber, decking, and then underlayment, and then shingles. So in the last week or two, we've been able to finish sheeting in and drying in this lower section here, as well as get some work done on the kind of detailed front, we'll call them eyebrows here in front of each wall. That is slow going just because it's very detailed work in the first place, and requires a lot of care, both with our lifts and machines, and also just in terms of making sure we're doing the work right. In terms of obstacles in the last couple weeks, I mean, it's been a huge boon to have the larger lift here. It's allowed us to move material a lot quicker and to manage that material more effectively. Additionally, it's given us the opportunity to make sure that we can put men where they need to be in order to get work done. And then we've also been able to get the lift in the back of the building so we can start work on the details back there. At the moment, my expectation is about 2.5 weeks. We'll be, wrapping up the larger stuff in the next week or two, week and a half, and then finishing up the smaller details around in the remaining week to half a week. Yeah, so we're most of the way done. We just have a few small and difficult sections left. We've got the far side on this top section and then the other far side on the top section over top of that spa down there, as well as a few detailed areas to wrap up. If everything goes smoothly, we've had some rough weather recently. Provided the weather is good, it should take a little less than a week, hopefully 2 to 3 days more.
Nathan Graff, Artisan Roofing, working on Whitefish Mountain Resort. It's a total savage place to work, and I'll give you an example here. So this right here, shingle roof, this is called a step flashing. So every single course of shingles gets the step flashing. They go up the roof to wall 4 inches. Normally the ice and water shield here goes up 4 inches as well, but because of how much snow this area gets and how long it sits on the roof, we ended up having to go up 16 to 18 inches ice and water. All of this missing siding was actually rotted straight through. So when we went in to replace the roof, put in step flashing, it disintegrated and just went all over the place. So we ended up having to cut up here. We're gonna end up having to do siding repairs all the way up to here, and then feather everything in so that it looks good as new. But I just wanted to give an example of just how crazy it is to work up here. Nathan Graff here, Artisan Roofing. We believe excellence is a choice, and we are finally getting to the point where we are wrapping up Morning Eagle here. This project is approximately 32,000 square feet. We started when we were still having blizzard warnings up here, and now that it's summer and it's sunny and beautiful, I'm happy to say that all that's left is some siding repairs and modifications. It's taken over 50 team members to wrap this project up, and I'm so excited to show you what we've done. Nathan here, Artisan Roofing. Again, up here, Morning Eagle. A lot of people don't know that this is one of the highest unprotected buildings here on Whitefish Mountain Resort. And I wanted to show you that this right here it's actually called a lightning rod. It's grounded all the way through the building so that not if, but when this building gets struck by lightning, I asked the property manager about it, it does get struck by lightning. The lightning will hit these little spikes here, the lightning rods, and then they're grounded so they go all the way into the ground. You know, my dad always taught me since I was 6 years old, when he started his roofing company, that homeowner introductions or referrals are always the best way to get new business. And this is how we actually got on Morning Eagle. We were referred to the HOA board. The HOA board asked us to come out and do a thorough inspection. And then from there, they voted and chose us to do the project. When we tore off the roof, there were sections that all of the shingles were stuck to the original underlayment and we couldn't get it up. We ended up contacting Owens Corning technical support, went according to their guidelines on how to move forward, which we did. We had to bring that to the HOA board as a change order, which they ended up approving. That added about 2 weeks to our timeline. So we ended up having to resheet this whole building. So new OSB plywood. Then we ended up installing ice and water shield on this whole roof. Ended up loading all the shingles up with a crane. And then once we loaded the shingles up, we ended up installing the shingles. And then we have some finish work to do on flashings and pipes. But that was the process on this project. They've been so happy with the project that we did here that we're actually going to go next door and do Kintla Lodge next door shortly. If you have questions, if you have commercial or residential roofing needs, please check out our website, artisanroofingusa.com. So I wanted to break down just the process of how Kintla Lodge went. So again, this project was referred to us. We met with the property manager, the HOA board voted and awarded us this job. We provided a free roof inspection right out of the gate, let them know what the cost was gonna be. We used a hopper to tear all the shingles off and actually put, it's almost like a little dumpster on top of a forklift. Instead of having all the debris all over the mountain, we were able to encapsulate most of that debris into these hoppers. Once that was torn off, we ended up resheeting the entire roof. We installed ice and water shield on the entire roof. We ended up having to have a crane to load the shingles onto the roof, and then we were able to install the shingles. Job went pretty smoothly throughout, and we're really excited to show you the finished project. Nathan Graff, Artisan Roofing here. If you have any commercial or residential roofing needs, give us a call at 406-890-ROOF. That's 406-890-7663, or our website, artisanroofingusa.com. All right, my name is Nathan. We're with Artisan Roofing, where we believe excellence is a choice. I actually graduated from the Tile Roofing Institute when I was 19 years old, so I am very familiar with how to do concrete tile, clay, slate roofing. But this is going to be a really exciting project because we're going to be removing this standard weight tile. We're going to be palletizing it for the Homeowners Association so that we can do repairs on the rest of the buildings. On this roof, we will be installing Owens Corning Duration Max shingles, and I'm really excited to show you guys what it's going to look like throughout the process. Again, if you need a roof inspection, excellence is a choice. Choose Artisan Roofing. Our team has been absolutely amazing on this project. So one thing that you may not think about is when you raise a roof by over a foot, let me turn you around right here. So this pipe originally ended right here. So we ended up having to have a plumber come out and add an additional 14 inches to the top of this pipe because the taper had almost completely buried the pipe. So there were some certain challenges that were unforeseen as we started this project, and I really just feel like our team knocked it out of the park. All right, with this new taper system, we're gonna do a golf ball challenge to see if these balls actually make it to the drain. Not too bad. Great job, guys. Nathan, Artisan Roofing here, on site here in Trago. My guys were super ambitious. They tried to do a pipe flashing transition, and unfortunately it was done wrong. I'm going to do a video here real quick to show you how to do it right. Alright, so for those of you that don't know, this is a pipe boot, or a pipe that goes through the roof oftentimes for bathrooms or kitchens, and it needs to be properly flashed. This is what's called a primary flashing, and it's installed first, just like that, and then I'm going to install some ice and water around the back of it as a bib, just in case ice and snow ever make it underneath the tile. Next step, so I've gone all the way to the base of the pipe with the lower row of tile. I've also sealed the bottom of it with caulking. And next step is installing the primary flashing. All right, now I got the primary flashing. This is aluminum. You can go with lead as well. It just needs to be malleable or bendable to be able to go over the lower course of tile. All right, I got the whole thing taken apart. I put it back together with the primary flashing right here. And then I bibbed around the back and up and under the upper underlayment with ice and water shield. Now I'll show you the next step. All right, so I brought the lower row up to the pipe as mentioned. I put the aluminum flashing in. I added caulking at the bottom for wind uplift issues. Now I brought these two pieces to the side, and I'm gonna be cutting a custom piece to go around the pipe. All right, so there you have it. So you got your secondary aluminum flashing, sealed, painted. If you have any questions, let me know.
As a homeowner, no one wants to replace their roof. It's really not a fun purchase. It doesn't bring the satisfaction like it would if you did a kitchen renovation. So when we learned that we needed to have our roof replaced from storm damage, it was one of those like, are we really having to do this? Where do I start? I've never had to have my roof replaced. So I got a referral from a neighbor, contacted Artisan, and you know, my expectation going into this was, okay, I'm just gonna contact somebody, they're gonna do the service and life will carry on. What I didn't expect was to encounter a team of professionals that were so passionate about what they did. The way that they talked about roofing, the way that they educate you in the process. Never once did I feel like they were trying to sell me a roof. They were not pushy. They led with education, but they were really passionate about the way that they talked about it. They were very knowledgeable. So I knew they weren't just, a roofing company that was going to be here today and gone tomorrow. I knew that they cared about their people. They care about their reputation. They care about the work and the quality. They stand behind that because they know that if they don't have expertise, if they don't lead with integrity, if they don't provide with a great service, somebody else will do it. And they're doing a damn good job at what they do. The thing that surprised me the most about working with Artisan is their level of communication. When I call a contractor or somebody to do a repair on my home, I expect a level of service. I expect a product to, be installed or something to be performed. What I didn't expect is the over and a beyond level of customer service, from anybody that you talk to in their office to very thorough email communication on what to expect, who to call if you have questions, to project managers and the owner of the company even showing up the morning of just to make sure that everything's going well, shake my hand, say thank you. Those kinds of things in today's world feel like a lost art when you're working with a company, but to see Artisan actually back their slogan, the excellence is a choice. It's all over their websites, everywhere that you see. But from my experience, it's not just words, it's actually the truth. It's what they do. Bar none, without hesitation, I would absolutely recommend Artisan Roofing to friends, families, and strangers. I was joking with the team that they're the best kept secret in the Valley, which I hope to not keep a secret, because when you have, it's one thing to have a great product, it's another thing to have a great product backed with even better service. And that is what you will get when you work with Artisan. You will be impressed with the roof that you get. Obviously it does the job, but anybody that works with Artisan is going to be impressed by their communication, their education, and their commitment to integrity.
Nathan Graff here, Artisan Roofing. We are here downtown Kalispell, just across from the courthouse. We are working on a historical home today. Oftentimes with historical homes, we find multiple layers of shingles, 3 to 5 layers. That is not good, that much weight on a house, especially when including snow load. So we're going to tear it down, install it to manufacturer specifications. They'll also be getting a 10-year workmanship warranty through GAF when we're all done. If you'd like more information, check us out on our website, which is artisanroofingusa.com.